Duhamic ADRI, Duharanira Amajyambere y'Icyaro, or Action for Integrated Rural Development, is a non-profit-making, non-government organization established in 1979 with the following mission.
Duhamic ADRI is a non-governmental organization aiming at developing rural communities and supporting their activities. We fund different cooperatives activities such as agriculture by facilitating access to agricultural inputs. We also deal with education and environmental protection. In addition, all these activities are accompanied with training sessions aiming at building capacities of cooperatives. We also supply clean drinking water to rural areas and conduct a campaign for food security and adequate nutrition. Gender equality is also one of our concerns.
By virtue of Duhamic ADRI's mission of supporting the people's initiative in their struggle against poverty and ignorance, we are going to see in detail the achievements of this organization in the period 2009-2011. Duhamic ADRI's projects are neatly tailored according to national poverty reduction programs. The organization's activities have been financially supported by OXFAM NOVIB, Frères, Hommes, Global Fund, TROCAIRE Rwanda, PROTOS, ILEX, European Union, CCOAIB, and PAGO. One of Duhamic ADRI's projects financed by OXFAM NOVIB and TROCAIRE is the soy and maize value chain in Kamonyi district. This starts from provision of the agricultural inputs to the commercialization of the produce.
For a kilogram of fertilizer that costs 600 Rwandan francs, a farmer buys it at 300 Rwandan francs, while the government pays the rest.
As Mr. Uwihore Bernal explains, a preferential price is accorded to their harvest thanks to the value added to it.
We fumigate our harvest and then pack it in bags of 50 kilograms, labeled according to the requirements of the National Bureau of Standards. These are ready for exportation. On the local market, 1 kilogram of maize costs 120 Rwandan francs, but Rwanda Agricultural Board buys our maize at 400 Rwandan francs a kilogram. And the farmer may produce 2 to 3 tons. Of all crops, only maize can give you 1,200,000 Rwandan francs in 6 months. That is over 2 million Rwandan francs a year.
According to the head of Imhuyabo Cooperative Union, the maize threshing machine currently used has been very useful.
Since we got an industrial grinder, our work has become easier. In the past, we used to work with our hands. We also used small grinders, which were not efficient. Nowadays, we produce more easily and more rapidly. We currently have 250 tons of maize, of which 200 are selected grain. All that thanks to the industrial grinder. Imuyabo is one of the cooperatives in the maize and soya value chain. DUHAMIC ADRI is doing its best for their development.
Tugerageza kubafasha kugira ngo bashe kwiteza imbere. Tubagezaho amahugurwa yo kumenya uburyo
These cooperatives are trained in modern farming methods for a better use of land.
Basha kubyaza umusaruro cyane cyane ko bahinga mu bishanga. They
normally debate around what crop should be grown in the value chain in their cooperative framework.
Ishami cyangwa se filiere cyangwa se chaîne de valeur binyuze mu koperative yabo.
They also know well where to find the fertilizers and how to manage the harvest.
Value chain agriculture is also practiced with rice, supported by OXFAM NOVIB.
DUHAMIC ADRI supported us by opening a shop that sells agricultural inputs worth 2,240,000 Rwandan francs and kept the follow-up. They also provided us with over 1 ton of chemical fertilizer. Our shop has flourished so much that we are now independent. We are currently producing 7 tons per hectare. We supply our harvest to different consumers, such as boarding schools. We also make study tours, which are normally preceded by training. We went to Mukunguri, Mwendo, Kabagari, and Bugarama. We also visited Koteram in Mutara. These study tours allow us to see practically what we have seen in theory. It is indeed this experience which made us increase our production that now ranges between 5 and 7 tons per hectare.
Value chain agriculture is also practiced with rice, supported by OXFAM NOVIB. Regardless of the crop involved, cooperative members are happy with the value chain system of production.
We currently practice commercial agriculture. We invest a specific capital for a specific profit. In the past, we worked haphazardly without counting. We are now better off because we get money that helps us solve our daily problems. For example, I've been able to buy a cow. I didn't have that before I joined the cooperative. I also built a beautiful house. I couldn't have managed this outside the value chain. I can now start any project with the support of my cooperative.
We used to practice traditional farming, and this kept us poor. Since the introduction of the maize and soya value chain, this has been useful to us because after selling our harvest, we get our payments through our savings bank accounts. This particularly enables women to get loans. Having to care for 7 children, I lived in poverty. But since I joined the cooperative, I've been able to pay school fees for my children, and I managed to build a decent house. I have got all that thanks to the farming in a value chain.
I've been able to buy a cow. Now I have a bank account in Banque Populaire. I also built a good house and I'm able to pay the community-based medical insurance with no problem.
In this part of the country, there is also what is called GIR, Integrated Management of Water, financed by PROTOS.
The rice value chain is carried out in swamps where there is enough water. The management of this water is done by Duhamic ADRI, highly experienced in this.
OXFAM NOVIB and TROCAIRE have also financed the Duhamic ADRI's project of genetic improvement of milk cattle. These improved breeds are obtained through the artificial insemination of the Ankole local breed.
The advantage of insemination is mainly the improvement of the local cattle breed, which may be 50%, 75%, 85%, or even 90%. They are crossbreeds with improved blood. I have already reached 80% and 90%. A traditional cow would give only 1 liter of milk on 1.5. Today, we get 5 to 6 liters per cow. But the cow may even give up to 12 liters if it is well fed. Another advantage is that the calves born from insemination are often female. But we also get manure to be used in our maize and soya value chain because these cows are zero grazed.
To further improve on the milk production of these cows, leguminous fodder has been introduced in their diet to enhance this with proteins.
This tree is an agroforestry species planted along erosion-controlled trenches. It's one of the components of the cattle feeds to enrich their diet. This is an adequate substitute for industrial concentrates used to improve the cow's health.
Bovine genetic improvement in Rulindo district is done by direct use of exotic bulls. The training and study tours given to the farmers in this field are of great importance.
After the training, I decided to abandon traditional cows and took exotic ones. Now we produce enough milk and manure.
OXFAM NOVIB has also financed the Duhamic ADRI's project of water supply in rural areas.
We used to drink pond water, which caused diarrheic infections, especially in children. Now we have clean water. Water is life, and that is why Duhamic ADRI includes water supply in its rural development program.
To make this essential commodity long-lasting, the beneficiaries have adopted some strategies for its safety.
For proper maintenance of this water system, all beneficiaries contribute some money to take care of the water place. This allows the maintenance of the system, a useful infrastructure. The beneficiaries choose 5 persons to form a management committee to ensure the cleanliness and eventual repairs on the water point.
Nyabihu district also got OXFAM NOVIB's support in the area of wheat farming.
We use various agricultural inputs, some of which are manure and artificial fertilizers such as DAP, urea and NPK.
Babanje mbere na mbere gutegwa inkunga na Duhamic ADRI.
We were first supported by Duhamic ADRI, who showed us how to use fertilizers.
Badukoreye amaterasi.
They also made us these radical terraces. Before that, it was a wasteland where nothing could grow.
Mubi cyane ugishurushuru utabasha kugira icyo weramo ariko kwiyo gahunda bamanje no.
In this program, we got small livestock to help us fertilize our soil.
Kiguze twatangiye icyo gihe buhoro buhoro bagenda baducutsa ku buryo natwe twatangiye.
And slowly by slowly, we started producing enough manure for all the farmers.
Nk'imifuka byibuze nk'itanu.
In the past, we could produce only 5 bags, but with the use of fertilizers, our production has jumped from 500 kilograms to 3,000 kilograms per hectare.
Duhamic ADRI kandi igenda.
Duhamic ADRI continues to organize study tours for us. We had one in Rulindo for radical terraces and wheat growing. That is why our harvest has increased reasonably. We were also provided with a threshing machine.
The same development partner has financed fruit growing.
I chose the cultivation of strawberry because it gives a lot of profit. Duhamic ADRI offered me strawberry plantlets to be planted on 5 acres. Now I have a whole hectare. We are a cooperative of 18 members. Duhamic ADRI pays our transport and everything needed for our trip to Israel to collect tree cuttings. We then multiply these and distribute them to the farmers.
This fruit growing has reasonably transformed the lives of the beneficiaries.
Now I can afford to pay school fees for my children who are in high school with no problem.
But Mukamazimaka has not kept this farming to herself. She gave some fruit seedlings to her neighbors.
We distributed fruit tree plantlets to 580 students. Each one got 2 plantlets, thanks to Duhamic ADRI. Nearly all the inhabitants of them too.
Of those Duhamic ADRI's projects financed by IFDC, we shall see the reforestation effort aimed at countering desertification and providing enough wood to the farmers. This tree planting project is in the districts of Rulindo and Nyaruguru. The launching of this activity is characterized by preparation of tree nursery beds that will provide different tree species.
In the nursery beds, there are 2 kinds of trees, forest and agroforestry trees. We have selected 3 species which grow well in this area, focusing mainly on their productivity in terms of wood and charcoal. Agroforestry trees are determined according to the population's needs. They need sticks to support their climbing beams, but also planks for different purposes. These species should therefore be fast-growing and compatible with the crops.
To have enough tree nursery beds that will produce all the plantlets needed to cover all these hills, a number of workers are required. These ones get profit too.
I now afford to pay school fees for my children. I also do my savings at the Community Savings Fund. In addition, I'm a member of a tontine where I pay 500 rand francs. All home needs are covered. We have health insurance and I have small livestock that gives me manure. First of all, I've been able to pay health insurance for my children. I paid 11,000 francs for my own child and an orphan who lives with me. Additionally, I bought a mattress and a cow. All this thanks to the work at the tree nursery bed. Because of the work at the nursery bed, I managed to buy a cow, a pig, and a mattress.
Each worker at the nursery beds earns 800 francs daily, and their salary is paid between the 20th and the 25th of each month. We have many workers at the nursery bed. During preparation, they range from 50 to 150.
This tree planting activity by Duhamic ADRI has greatly improved the landscape of these hills.
This land had almost turned into a wasteland. Duhamic ADRI first trained us and then reforested our lands. These trees are very important for me because one day I will get a lot of money from them. I may as well present this at the bank as collateral and get a loan for funding other projects. Yes, this tree planting is funded by Duhamic ADRI. The trees are growing well, for they emanate from selected seeds. These trees will play an important role in protecting our environment and in the fight against erosion. These forests will also increase rainfall in the region.
Through the preparation of tree nursery beds, which play a very big role in this tree planting, Duhamic ADRI creates the workers' awareness for savings and banking.
Now we put our savings in the community savings fund of Ngoma sector. I also receive my salary through the same account, which constantly has provisions for my future projects.
Every worker in Duhamic ADRI nursery bed has a bank account in this fund, and it is through this that they are paid every month. Each individual arranges to withdraw their money and how to use it. At the end of the project, the worker will still have the account and may ask for a loan to fund other projects for their own development and that of their families.
Duhamic ADRI's projects financed by USAID, CHF International that we shall tackle are those found in Rulindo and Ruhango districts in USAID Higa program. In Rulindo, Duhamic ADRI has a project which helps the communities in their food security endeavor and in their fight against malnutrition. They are therefore trained in modern vegetable farming in a program known as Omurima Shuri or demonstration farm. Here, modern farming techniques are learnt regarding how a small garden can produce massively, considering the scarcity of land in Rwanda.
Duhamic ADRI has helped us a lot. We were taught how to fertilize our soil with manure and strategies on mass production on a small land. We were shown different types of domestic vegetable gardens adoptable in different situations. We planted a sample mini garden of 60 centimeters. We then planted an elevated garden named Tai in which we use dried grass and fresh grass mixed with manure and soil. This kind of a garden, which has 3 levels, can receive 9 types of vegetables. These layers, dry grass, fresh grass, then manure and soil, make a fantastic combination. This one gave us a great harvest of beetroot, carrots and cauliflower. This technique is very useful because it enables us to get vegetables even during the dry season when the vegetables are scarce everywhere. We also conducted a campaign for good nutrition. Now, people know the importance of beet juice as a food and beverage. The problem of malnutrition is no more in our homes. This field is small enough for people who live in organized villages. It is therefore easy to water, and it provides us with vegetables throughout the year. That way, food security is ensured for our families and the neighbors.
This modern vegetable farming has been introduced among students from poor families in order to instill in them a working spirit. These skills will hence be spread across their respective villages.
We practice modern farming. Duhamic ADRI gave us seeds to sow in our fields. We now have a balanced diet. This is a good idea because we can see youths working zealously. We work in the fields every Saturday for 2 hours to increase the production of our small plots. The children I visited are doing the same thing at home. They transfer these agricultural techniques to their respective villages. In our conversation, they revealed to me that in the past, they couldn't easily get the carrots to crunch because their families bought them in rather small